been here for a while. What are your memories of the Wazoo series and just how wild some of these games have been?
It's been a very interesting series. I mean, kind of back and forth. You know, they've always had a really good team. It's always real competitive. It's a real fun game, I would say.
Why do you think they're so good? Because Stephen Jones was talking about how like offensively they're maybe not the biggest, or defensively not maybe the biggest guys, maybe not the highest rated recruits, but they're just always good. Like
Yeah.
from their offensive perspective, just why are they so good every year?
Me personally, I feel like they really have like a chip on their shoulder. I feel like they think people count them out. You know what I'm saying? And they get a lot of good players, and we definitely account for them. But I feel like they played a real chip on their shoulder. I mean, being at Washington, in Washington, you know, a lot of people think of Washington, but you got to also think about Wazoo. So
When you talk about a chip on your shoulder, do you guys feel like you're maybe coming into this matchup with a little bit of a chip on your shoulder? I know Dan's talked a lot about just kind of there being a lot of energy at practice this week. From a player's perspective, just tell me what it's like.
yeah, no, we definitely have a chip on our shoulder. We came off of a tough loss this past week, so we definitely don't want to repeat that. And we just taking every day, every rep serious because that was a tough loss that we took last week, and it was devastating for the program. So we just don't want that taste again. Pretty much.
Give us an idea of just how you've kind of gone about it week to week. I don't know if you saw Dan talked about a couple weeks ago. He was asked about it. You said just how you've gone about things professionally and everything. How you've gone about it week to week, where first couple weeks of the season your role was a little bit different, but obviously sticking with it
Yes.
shows it worked pretty nicely. Where you've had 8 and 7 tackles the past couple of weeks, bigger role, back to where you kind of were. How you've gone about it?
I kind of just took it like a professional. Honestly, just making the reps count, not really counting the reps, just always being ready for your opportunity. Just each week, just prepping as if I'm the starter, even though I wasn't the starter at the point in time. Just taking everything super serious, being ready and locked in for all the checks, adjustments, and everything like that, and just leading my guys best way I can, even though I was with the twos at a point in time. And then with those minimal reps, minimal or whatever you want to say it, just taking advantage of every opportunity I had, even special teams included.
I feel like you've played your best football of your career the last 2 or 3 games, or I guess how would you assess your own play?
Me personally, I just take it as just I want to be better than I was last year, each week. So if that's what you guys think I've been playing better, then hey, that's I'm doing what I've been trying to do as a player. Just be better than what I was before. Just always just trying to elevate and just get better week by week.
Looking back at that game last year, just in what ways do you feel like you and maybe the team has improved since last year, now going into the game this year?
From Wazoo, I would just say, hold on, how would I answer that question? Year 2 in the defense, understanding, we know all the pieces to the puzzle. We got a lot of new pieces to the team, especially in the secondary. Got a lot of new guys, a lot of good players. So just that aspect, just a lot of the new and taking advantage of us knowing the defense and being able to execute at a high level.
What are some of the little things you guys are going to look to clean up going into this week's game?
I would say we didn't execute on a high level some of the adjustments we were trying to get into. We didn't tackle to our standard, I would say, last week. So mainly those two, I would say.
What have you seen from a couple of the freshman corners, from Dalen and Roderick, and how since the season's gotten underway, of just how they've kind of progressed as guys who showed up in the summer?
Man, those dudes are really, really intelligent at a young age. I really admire that. The smart players they are, and then they're also really physical, and they're gifted. They have a great ability. They both can run. They're both really physical, in the run game, perimeter screen, things like that. They both practice is showing a lot of upside to their game. So I'm really excited for that, and that's pretty much what they showed.
Every Pac-12 quarterback kind of presents a new challenge to you guys. Just what did you like about the prep maybe for Washington's quarterback that you're maybe taking into this week, into a new quarterback, and what do you think is his biggest challenge?
So, last week, that quarterback, real pocket passer, he's going to stay in. He's not really a big scramble guy, take downfield shots. So this guy, he's more of the scramble, and we got last year he kind of scrambled really good on us. So we're trying to not have that. Got to make sure he cage the quarterback, and he's also going to take shots as well. So definitely got to count for those.
How challenging is that at safety? Where, literally last year, he literally changed the rules of football last year with that self pass. So he's scrambling, taking deep drops, play action fakes, faking when he can't even fake.
Yeah.
Right? How much of a challenge is that at safety where you're trying to read this guy and he's just
Yeah,
all
no,
over the place?
he's definitely crafty. That pass itself was pretty crazy to see in person. Even the first play they did, the flea flicker, they're very crafty as a team, and that just again, they're chip on their shoulder. They're giving us their best punch every time. So it's definitely a challenge from the safety perspective because you kind of don't know exactly what the quarterback's going to do. So you got to just trust your prep, trust your eyes, and where your eyes are supposed to be, and then you'll be fine.